Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Justice Society World War II because it looks like after Superman Man of Tomorrow, it looks like we're starting this new DC animated universe or whatever. So I'm kind of cool. I think it's better. I think it's off to a good start. It has some flaws still, but it's looking way better. I'm liking the style more so than the Phil Barossa style that they use for Young Justice and for the DC animated New 52 movies that didn't make any logical sense because they're not even in the same universe but yet use the same art style. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then when I confronted the artists, they were like, well, you guys don't say anything about Timverse, but yet all the Timverse shows and movies are all in the same universe. Yours not. So make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. You can't have the same art style for a show and then a universe of movies that aren't connected. It doesn't work like that. And it's lazy. It is lazy, especially when all the DC movies up before Flashpoint Paradox had different art styles. So you make it make sense then. Especially if you're going to connect the universe, you don't use the same style that you're using for a show and then get mad that people are like, wait, hold on. Isn't this part of Young Justice? But then it's not part of Young Justice. So it's doing its own thing, but yet it's in the same art style as Young Justice. That doesn't make any damn sense. But anyway, I digress. So of course everybody knows that Justice League, not Justice League, but after Justice League Apocalypse War, they destroyed the New 52 universe. Thank God, because the New 52 just wasn't a good idea. They literally butchered stories to add into the New 52 too, like Hush, Judatus, Contract. Like, okay, sure, whatever. That Justice League War thing. Oh boy, Superman and Wonder Woman's relationship. Yuck, gross. Yuck. Batman and Robin. But I digress. I'm not gonna harp on it, but um as we know, Justice Society World War II is the second movie within the new continuity universe. It's the sequel to Man of Tomorrow, and it stars Barry Allen. Of course it does. So basically Barry Allen, goes back into the past and he visits the Justice Society of America team, a team that nobody never heard of. It's a Golden Age team, and if any of you guys love the Justice Society of America like I do, you know that there are some issues going on already within the movie. The fact that Wonder Woman is there, the fact that Black Canary has her sonar power, the fact that Alan Scott Green Lantern isn't there as well, or the fact that Barry Allen doesn't know Jay Garriott at all, which means that this isn't the past that he thought it was. But as we know, the reason why Barry, zoomed past into the past or whatever is because he was in Metropolis with his fake version of Iris West, who was black. That was weird. That was weird that her ass is black. I don't care about the CW. Look, you can make her black live action wise. I can deal with that one. But with cartoons, hell no. The bitch is white. We're not even going to do this right now. Talking about black girl magic. It's not black girl magic. Is we're too lazy to give you black original characters anymore. But if we put black characters there, black people will be too stupid and trying to hate white people so much that they agree to it. Yay! Let's stick it to the man. Okay, sure, whatever. So they go on a vacation to Metropolis, right? And Brainiac attacks Superman. So Barry Allen decides to go and help, save the day or whatever. So when Brainiac shoots a kryptonite bullet at Superman, Barry Allen runs as fast as he can to get the thing, and he runs into the Speed Force, but he doesn't know that it's a Speed Force. And he gets a voice from Doctor Strange that's telling him to keep running forward. I'll show you the way. So he runs, and then he ends up in Germany, World War II or whatever and stuff like that. And that's where he sees Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Hawk, Man, the Flash, Our Man all together, fighting the thing. Wonder Woman at first thinks that he works for the Germans or whatever, but he doesn't. So after saving Steve Trevor, Diana lets Flash, what they call the Future Boy, join the team or whatever. But what's happening is that in this world, the Justice Society of America is kept secret. They're literally a secret ops team that the world's not supposed to know about at all. So Barry Allen's like, he's never heard of all these heroes or whatever and stuff like that. And it confuses some of the people because they were like, you never heard of us or whatever and stuff like that. He was like, he's never even knew that things like this happened in World War II. But then, pieces start coming together when he meets a guy named Shakespeare. He was like, don't I know you or whatever? But Shakespeare really wasn't saying anything or whatever. And of course, Steve Trevor tries to, propose to Diana. They do this thing every night, every day, and she always, rejects him or whatever. But of course, she wants to marry him after they're finished the war, but she just doesn't accept it until the time is right. So we come to find out that the Germans found mystical artifacts or whatever, and they're going to try to end the war so they can conquer all of the world. So the heroes have to go into a castle that's held certain people. So if any of you guys know, also too, Commandy, the last boy on Earth, they used him with the holding a package where they have to go and get this character. The person Shakespeare is with them as well, so he joins the team and stuff like that. When they get to the prison or whatever and stuff like that, because they have a codex. The codex is a magical piece of artifact as well. So they get to the prison, they find Kamadi, the last boy on Earth, and he has a package. He said that one day you would come to save us and stuff like that. And here's the package, and you see a rip where it says it has the Superman logo or whatever, and then a German soldier attacks Shakespeare, shoots him in the head or whatever, but the bullet bounced off. Then we come to find out that this Shakespeare is literally Superman. So it's kind of like, wait, hold on, how did Clark get here? He was in the prison with Barry as well. And he's like, my name is Clark Kent, and I've never heard of Superman. I'm over here being an investigative journalist for the Daily Star. So if any of you guys know anything, you know that Earth 2 is where the original Golden Age characters are from. So a lot of things in their universe is completely different. So yes, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman did appear during before World War II. So of course they explains the reason why Wonder Woman is there and why Superman is there. But this Superman is a little bit different because he has a little bit of emergence with his with New 52, where this Superman really doesn't, know how to be a Superman because his parents were killed early on in his life, which was the same reason with the New 52 Superman, why he was so arrogant and a jackass and stuff like that, is because he never really got that learned from Martha and Jonathan Kent, because his parents died early on before he, became with his powers. So he was like, it's not up to me to save the day or whatever. I'm just here doing my job or whatever and stuff like that. So they hear a person being tortured or whatever and stuff like that, and then we come to find out that the Dr. Fate helmet that led Barry to this world is also the one that's being captured. So Hawkman asks his friend to read the codex and stuff like that, and it tells what's going to happen. So everything happens around the Bermuda Triangle, and then Barry Allen realizes that this Earth isn't his Earth. So he didn't come here from the past, from the future or whatever. He came here from another dimension. So that means now we have this new Earth and this Earth 2 where the Golden Age heroes are at right now. And on top of that, of course, we already know the reason why they chose Wonder Woman is because they wanted to market off the fact that her first movie took place during World War One, so it made sense or whatever. Even though still Wonder Woman Wonder Woman did fight in World War. It's just kind of weird not to see the other Justice Society of America members there. I felt like that should have been the thing instead of relying on Wonder Woman and Barry Allen. They should have relied on the Justice Society of America, since The Rock is introducing them and Stargirl is having them also on the show. It would have been great to see the Justice Society of America. But anyway, Dr. Fate, shows them where to go, and then he says it's not his time to tell Barry anything or whatever. He disappears. So they all go to Bermuda Triangle or whatever and stuff like that. They stop the Germans from bombing something or whatever, and of course the Atlanteans help out. Now we run into Arthur Curry, Aquaman, so he's already here as well. Then we find out that he's being controlled by a German person anyway. That I forgot what's his name anyway. I think is what's his name, Count something. Oh God, I'm dropping the name, but he has hypnotic powers and hypnotic suggestions that he can control Arthur Curry without realizing that Arthur is being controlled. So what he does is he gets Arthur to side with Hitler and stuff like that for World War II, and they're going to America to destroy the United States with all of the Atlantean creatures and technology. So now it's up to the rest of the team. So it's up to the team to get freed of the prison that Aquaman left them in and stop Aquaman, of course. And of course, the heroes get there. The city's starting to get destroyed or whatever. And the heroes, fight the little creatures and stuff like that. Of course. Then you have Hawkman, who sacrifices himself to save Black Canary or whatever, and then of course Black Canary sort of got feelings for him as well, and then he dies, and then he tells Black Canary to be strong, and don't close yourself up to love or whatever, to try to push her with the detective, because the detective Drake is her future husband, who becomes the father and the mother of the Black Canary that we know today, Dinah Laura Lance, the one that actually has the sonic scream, but they decided to have her already have the sonic scream. It's a little complicated. So after she kills some of the villains or whatever and stuff like that, and all hope seems lost, Superman comes and he destroys the ships that would send off the nuclear explosions that would destroy the United States or whatever. But in that confusion, while Wonder Woman is fighting Aquaman, and she broke the spear to stop him from controlling his creatures or whatever, the villain snuck up behind Steve Trevor and stabbed him in the chest with the broken trident pieces, killing and then before Steve Trevor dies, he asks Diana to marry him. She agrees, but before he got a chance to put the ring on her hand, he dies and stuff like that. And she was sad because she literally had plans with him after the war was over or whatever. And then of course the villain disappears, and Flash was telling Barry that it's time for him to go home or whatever and stuff like that. So Aquaman goes home and leaves. Everybody got to clean up after all of this stuff happens. And Wonder Woman gives Barry Allen the engagement ring and said, don't make the same mistake I did. If you really love someone and stuff like that, you need to let them know. So she gives him the engagement ring that Steve was going to give her, and then they run back to the new timeline dimension. And he makes a paradox where his past self is running for the bullet. He disappears but reappears in front of Superman and throws the bullet and hits Brainiac in the head and stops him or whatever and stuff like that. And he asks Superman, hey, this was a cool team up. Maybe we should team up in the future. And he was like, what do you have in mind? I feel like some kind of league or whatever. And Superman was like, okay, sure. And then he flies off. Barry tells Iris his entire story, even though he really wasn't gone that long, but he was gone for some days or whatever. And he talks to Iris about all of the crazy stuff, and then he asks her to stand up or whatever, and she stands up, and he asks her to marry her, and marry him, and she does. She marries him. They kiss, and the movie goes off. That's literally it. But the movie wasn't bad. I love the animation style. I think this new animation style is pretty cool. It really was cool to see some of the Justice Society of America characters to be involved. I'm always loving to see Jay Garrett. I love to see Hawkman, what he's originally supposed to look like, not that black bull crap that y'all try to do in Black Adam Rock. And Black Canary was pretty cool, but I would have been more impressed with her not having her sonic powers, because she is one of the greatest hand to hand combatants. Her mother was anyway, and she didn't have sonic powers, so it was kind of weird that they did give her the sonic powers. But I understand she needed some powers or whatever. And I was pretty cool that they actually added Our Man in there. That was really interesting, even though his powers only work an hour a day. That's the most weirdest thing with Our Man. I always found that weird, but I mean I get it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, can we at least every other hour or something? Because good God, you're in the war. We don't have time for you to take a formula for an hour and then be messed up the rest of the time that we're here. Like, do you know how long battles on the field is? Like, eek. But like I said, for me, my beef was the Black Iris West, which was stupid. The reliance on Barry Allen again. Barry running back into another dimension or another past because reasonings. Like, it's just kind of like, is that all you can keep doing with Barry Allen? If you got to find a movie where he doesn't run back in the past or run to another dimension and ruin things, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's cut that crap out. Wonder Woman. The only reason why I'm saying Wonder Woman is because I know that they were inspired by the DCEU Wonder Woman solo movie, so I get why they added her in there. But I would have wanted to see Alan Scott. I would have wanted to see, because Alan Scott and Jay Garrett has a strong relationship, strong friendship. So I would have wanted to see those two, the original Flash and original Green Lantern, interact. That would have made way more sense than putting Wonder Woman there and putting Barry Allen there. I would have preferred the movie just to be about the Justice Society of America. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there could be a history lesson or something like that, and then we could have did like a little flashback of how the Justice Society of America saved the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been really cool. And if anything, I would have put in a future character from the Justice Society of America that could have been our eyes and ears, like a young person that's there. You know what I'm saying? Let them be our eyes and ears instead of focusing on Barry Allen. But that's just my opinion on the matter, because I wanted to see Green Lantern. I wanted to see what the Spectre. I would have loved to see what's this goddamn name? Was it the Spectre? No, I already said Spectre. Dr. Midnight, I believe. Yes, Dr. Midnight. Yes, that is his name. That is his name. Oh, boy, have mercy. That would have been really cool. So I really would have wanted to see the Golden Age character. So I would have wanted to see like the Atom. Of course, I would have wanted to see Dr. Fate. I thought that Dr. Fate would have joined the team later on, but he didn't. He kind of just like disappeared after they freed him. I would have loved to see the Sandman as well, and Johnny Thunder, Dr. Midnight, yes, Starman, and Wildcat would have been cool too. If you're going to have the Black Canary, you might as well bring in Wildcat. So that would have been really cool. I would have wanted to see that team a little bit. And if we have to bring in a character, let them be. I would have said Starman. The reason why, because of the fact that I think this Starman, depending on which Starman you want to use, can travel through dimensions and stuff like that. So if you really wanted us to have a character to clamor on besides Barry Allen or Wonder Woman, I would have wanted to see Starman. That's my opinion, because I felt like you kind of like gave us just a tad bit of the Justice Society of America, but not fully going invested with the Justice Society of America. And that's what I really wanted to see. It was kind of cool that you did bring in Superman and Wonder Woman, but it's like, okay, that's great and all, but Superman just had a movie with Man of Tomorrow, And this movie should have been a Justice Society of America movie, because it's kind of by time that DC starts respecting the Justice Society of America and stop trying to pretend like they didn't exist or anything. But those are my thoughts. I enjoyed the movie. Like I said, it had problems. It had problems. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a good movie for me anyway. But I really enjoyed it. I just wanted to talk about what the movie, because I enjoyed the movie. I think you guys should watch it. I really believe that this might be a good change in pace, because I also heard that Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2 is also supposed to take place in this new dimension. So basically, it'll be Superman, Man of Tomorrow, then it'll be Justice Society, World War II, then it'll be Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 and Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2, and that's like four movies so far in this new universe with this new art style, and I'm sold for it. I really prefer this new art animation style than the bull crap that we was doing with Phil Barossa, but that's just my opinions. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I think it's a good movie. It has flaws. It's not the perfect DC movie, and I really would have wanted more interaction between Jay Garrett Flash and Barry Allen Flash, because they are part of this big old Flash family that should have been expanded upon more so than the Wonder Woman Steve Trevor thing. But that's just my opinions. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.